It's going well, everything's going good, and we're just going on our little merry way, and everything is just fine. Everything it seems that we're doing is going our way, and everything it seems like is just wonderful.
Come on. Jesus.
But what do you do when your safe place gets invaded?
All right.
What do you do when you are ambushed or faced with defeat?
Come on.
Oh, we don't like to talk about that in church.
All right.
What do we do when tragedy strikes? When everything seems to be going your way, and then the world, it seems like the bottom drops out. And it seems like the weight of the world is on your shoulder, or sickness visited your house.
Yes. Come on.
Death visited your house.
Yes.
What happens when the money you had saved, now all of a sudden you got to spend it on something else and it wipes you out?
Yes, Lord. Yes.
What happens when the mortgage comes due and you ain't got no money to pay it?
Come on.
What happens when you go to your job and you find out you don't have a job?
All right.
When it seems like the place that you felt safe in is now being invaded by the enemy. Seems like you're calling and you're praying to the Lord, and seems like all of a sudden your prayers are not answered. See, y'all, okay.
Come on.
Y'all ain't never been here. But when you look at what was happening with David, David was off with his men, and they were off, and usually when they come back from war, there is singing and the women out there with their tambourines and welcoming them to come home. But this time when they came, they didn't hear anything but quietness. Well, I'm looking for the sound that greets me when I come home.
Come on.
I'm looking for that sound that when I come home to my safe place, I'm met with joy. I'm met with peace, because you know how when you get home and you feel safe and you're at home and that's your safe haven and you can go there and you can shut out the world. But when they got home, it was just too quiet. There was no tambourines.
Come on.
There was no joyous sounds. There was nobody there loving to meet them. And when you walk into the atmosphere of your safe place and certain things are not there, you begin to say, I don't hear the sound.
Come on.
Sometimes in the church we come in and we don't hear the sound.
Come on.
We're looking for that sound that brings us up when the world has beaten down on us, and we're looking for the sound that when we come in the presence of God, there's a certain sound.
Yes.
Okay, y'all.
Come on.
But here they come in and their camp is burned. There's this place that they had was their safe place. And now the enemy has invaded that place. So y'all will get it after a while, because sometimes we think that because we're saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, that we're exempt from some things.
Come on.
But folks need to tell you the truth that sometimes you're going to go through some stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going to come under attack. Sometimes the enemy is going to attack you from every side.
Yes.
And it ain't about us because we didn't live right.
Come on.
It's not because we didn't pray. It's not because we weren't faithful to God, but sometimes life throws us curveballs.
Yes.
And sometimes when we're not looking, and see, David, they were off with all these 600 men, and here that the children and the sons and the great and the small were left. And the enemy, he does not care. He takes advantage.
Yes, come on.
Because he comes when they're not there.
Come on.
When the watchmen ain't watching.
Come on.
Or y'all will get where I'm going, because sometimes we as prayer warriors, we ain't watching.
Come on.
Sometimes Sometimes we praying, but we ain't watching. Sometimes we get so caught up, but we ain't looking and seeing where the enemy is coming in at, because we need to close up some holes and close up some hedges, because he's waiting for an opportunity to invade.
Yes, he is.
And see, some folks think it's not important to be on their post.
Come on. Yeah.
See, we got this modern day church. We stay home when we get ready.
Yes.
We stay home when we feel like it. And nobody's on the post where they ought to be.
Come on.
Okay, y'all ain't gonna get no anybody right here. But here is David, and so here he is, and now these people have wept so, because now their wives are gone. Put yourself in that place. Their wives is gone, and their sons and daughters have been taken. And see, sometimes we allow things to just, some of us would have just threw in the towel.
Come on.
But tell somebody it's time to fight.
It's time to fight.
But we can't just go off and just do what we want to do it and do it our way.
Come on, Pastor.
They began to weep so that they were just, the emotions were so great. And they began to weep so that it was just a tragedy to them. And they began to be so perplexed in their minds, and so to the point that they wanted to stone David. Now, mind you, David was going through the same thing they was going through.
Come on.
But now they want to stone him. Isn't it funny that when you're doing what everybody wants you to do,
Come on.
when everything is going your way, everybody's on the bandwagon. That's when you're saying what they want you to say and doing what they want you to do, they're with you. But when you begin to go in an opposite direction that they don't agree with, don't nobody want to go with you. But see, here is David. Now, David done took them through. David done won wars, and they was with David because he's on the winning side. And he's a mighty warrior, and he's a man after God's own heart. But now, since they lost something, I can imagine they were saying, see, if you had to stay home instead of trying to help the Philistines, we wouldn't be losing our wives and our children and all our possessions. But see, now they want to blame. They got to do a blame game. They got to blame David, because if it wasn't for you, we would have been right here. Because see, Brother Solomon, when everything is going all right, I'm your friend. But when things ain't going so well, I don't want to be bothered with you. I want to throw you under the bus. So now they want to stone David. This one that took them in, this one that was wretched and a no account, he gave him a chance, and now they want to throw him under the bus. Now they want to kill him. Because you know, folks, when things start hitting them at home, then they want to talk about how bad you are.
Come on.
Y'all ain't been here.
Come on, help us.
They want to ruin your reputation. They want to kill you. And so here they are, and they were crying uncontrollable. Their minds are numb, their emotions are raw, and they begin to wonder if their family members were being abused, tortured, or put to death, and where were their young daughters being tossed around from man to man, or you know, all kind of things were probably going through their mind, and like some, you know, where's their young sons? Are they being tortured, or are they being used for sport, or made a trophy? What's going on? Where's their moms and dads being left behind in the dust to die?
Come on.
What's happening to my family? What am I going to do now? Am I going to ever get them back?
Come on.
Did they kill them? What did they do with them?
Come on.
These 600 men wanted someone to pay. Someone had to pay. They were tired. They have marched over 60 miles in full gears the last 3 days. And they were physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted. And they had been ready to come home to a house, to a tent full of happy children. They were ready to see their wives, and they wanted the hugs and the kisses. They wanted the home-cooked meal. Oh, y'all know. Instead, all they smelled was burnt wood, and all they saw was destruction, and all they felt was pain and loneliness. But tell somebody there's blessings on the other side of pain.
There's blessings on the other side of pain.
It was amazing how many people wanted to be on you. You know, they want to be on your bandwagon when things are going good. Everyone loves you while everything is. They got you giving them money.
Yes.
Taking them out to dinner.
Yes.
Providing for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Yes.
Meeting needs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because pastors do that.
Yes.
Okay. But when things go south, the enemy attacks and all around you is ruined. And it's amazing how some of the same people who said they love you
Come on.
say, I'm your ride or die.
Yeah.
I'm going to be with you no matter what. I'm with you, Pastor. I'm with you, sister. I'm with you. I'm going to be with you no matter what. Because I love you like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Where are you?
All right.
I'm going through right now. Where you at? I called you on the phone. You don't answer. I even emailed you and you still won't answer. I done text you and you still ain't answer. I got on Facebook and you done blocked me.
Talking right.
Isn't it funny how people will change?
Yes, yes.
Even David for a moment might have thought, I'll just dig a hole and just climb in. They're going to kill me anyway. I blame myself for leaving my family. Instead, we see that the steps that David took here are the same steps that we need to take.
Yeah.
He went to the Lord.
Yes.
He encouraged himself.
Yes.
And then he went to God for answers.
Yes.
Because sometimes when we get into a perplexed situation, we can't think straight. Sometimes when we don't get instruction from God, we'll make the wrong decision. We'll make the wrong choices because we're hurting, we're in pain, our minds are messed up. But David said for the priest, bring the effort. He didn't do like Saul.
All right.
He didn't try to do it himself.
All right.
But he did it the right way. I need to talk to the Lord. I'm going to send for the priest. And I got to inquire of the Lord because I need some help. Because I don't know which way to go. Because you ever been backed up against the wall, your back is up against the wall, and you don't see no way out. And you know that if God don't do it, it can't be done. So he inquired a little bit. He encouraged himself. See, sometimes you got to encourage your own self. Sometimes you got to pat yourself on the back. Sometimes you got to tell yourself, self, God done brought you through many times. And if he did it once, he can do it again. I don't have the answer, but I know a God that has all the answers. I know a God that can get me out of this tough situation. I don't have any answers, but I know a God that answers prayer. So here he is. I believe David shows us the way back to victory when we experience defeat. Because I imagine he felt so defeated at that time. But David found strength in God. David was tired, exhausted, drained, and angry. He was worried about his family. He was worried about his men. He was worried that all he had worked for these past few years was disappearing before his eyes. He was worried about the future.
Yes.
It is important for us to see that David does in this seemingly hopeless situation what we ought to do. But David was determined what was going to happen to him the rest of it. He wanted to determine what was going to happen to him in the rest of his life.